Hello and welcome to the call tonight. I appreciate that you all have come and joined us, and we have a great call tonight. We will be sharing on the first half a testimony, and on the second half we will be doing some business tips. If you are a guest, we welcome you. If you've never been here before, we are here every week at this time, at this place. And thank you for joining us. So I would like to start off with just turning the call over to the illustrious, affectionately known brainiac, Miss Nicole Connor, and she is going to start our call off with the interview. Nicole.
Well, thank you so much, Penny. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, it's always exciting to be on this call because you always hear something you've never heard before. And if you've heard it before, you need to hear it again. My name's Nicole, and I'm a leader out of the Sierra Mountains in Northern California. And it's my pleasure and honor to be hosting tonight and interviewing Trish Miller. I have had an opportunity to interview her and spend a little time getting to know her, Trish. So thank you so much for being on. Can you hear me okay? Okay, now unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. And if you haven't heard the interview that Al Lewis did with Trish not too long ago, you have to hear that call. So this will probably echo just her amazing story. So thank you so much, Trish. First of all, for those who don't know you, can you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us where you're from and how you got started in this amazing natural health revolution.
Oh, thank you. And I want to thank you, Kebie, for inviting me to come on to the call. I'm always thrilled to tell people what I've done and how I did it and why I think it should be for everybody. And you'll have to excuse little Miss Speckles here. She decided to join me. I originally am from Fairfield, Connecticut, one of 7 children. My dad was an accountant and tax collector in the town and where we grew up. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom and then went back to teaching when I was 17. So they could earn money to send us to college. And my grandparents lived with us. So my mom is all by herself in that house now, which used to have all those people in it. But she's still independent. She's 95 and she's a hoot and a half. So we're all hoping that we can be like her when we get to be a little bit older. I started out, my whole life up till I got through college, all I wanted to do was be a teacher. And I graduated and got a job teaching high school phys ed, health and phys ed, and at an all-girls school that I had attended as a high school student. And the funniest thing was, the day I went for my job interview, the nun that had been the principal when I was a student there was now working in the office. They had farmed her out. She wasn't principal anymore. And she about dropped her teeth when she saw me walking in for a job interview. So she had basically told me that I was never going to amount to anything. So I'm glad I was able to prove her wrong.
Wow.
I taught for 4 years.
Overcoming. That's amazing.
Yeah. I taught for 4 years, and the nun that was the comptroller, every week when she would give, or every month, we got paid once a month, when she would give me my paycheck, and she did this for 4 years, she'd say to me, "You're a great teacher, but you're supposed to be doing something else." And I'd look at it, I said, "Just give me my money, sister, I'm going to be on my way." And the last year I was there, I had a big argument with the principal, and because she kept cutting my budget and giving my budget to other teachers. And I don't know if she was trying to drive me out or what, but I went into her office one day and I said, this was 1976, and jobs were not that, prolific for people. So I said to her, you need to find yourself another teacher for next year. I'm not returning. And she smiled at me. I couldn't stand the woman. And She said,
We
well,
all
that's
have one of those, right?
Sister Mary Perpetual Pain was her name. And she said, oh, that's nice. Well, what will you be doing? And out of my mouth came the words, I'm going to go in the Navy.
Did you
I
even
had no
did you
clue.
enlist yet?
I had no clue what I did. And as a matter of fact, I said to her, did I just say I'm going to go in the Navy? Well, good luck. And so I stood up and I thought, well, I said it. There's divine intervention happening here. I better go find out if they're letting women in the Navy. I had no clue.
Wow.
We had gone, the Navy military had gone to all volunteer force in 1973. So they had quotas for women. And women officers had even less quotas. So when I went down and took my test, I passed it, and they said, well, we'll call you. We already are filled up for fiscal year 76, so we'll call you sometime during 77. So they called me on 14th of February. I celebrate that. It's Valentine's Day, but it's my redemption day.
Amen. I remember my enlistment day and the day I left. So, yep.
And they said, if you can drive up to Albany, New York, which is where they were taking the women, to officers to bring them, swear them in. You can drive to Albany today and get sworn in. You can start at OCS on the 19th, 5 days later. So
Wow.
I said yes. I got in the car February 14th, 5-hour drive to Albany. Was sworn in by Lieutenant Sullivan. I'll never forget the guy. And drove back. Told everybody where I was working at a bar, and I told everybody at the bar that I was going in the Navy, and we had the best party that night.
Well, Trish, thank you so much for sharing just a little bit of how you started out in life as a teacher. And it's not a surprise to me that you had not only a successful career, overcoming people who told you were never going to amount to anything, for people who told you that you couldn't do it, and good luck, sweetie, kind of an attitude. I'll tell you what, women in the military that early on set the pace for people like me and others. And so we just, all of us here, thanking you for, I believe, 30 years of service in the Navy. Is that correct?
30 years.
We are all so grateful for your service and for what you bring to the table now. So tell us just a little bit. We have about maybe 5 or 6 minutes left, so I want to make sure we cover some really important things about your story. You got out of the service, how long ago? Was it just a few years ago, correct?
2007, July 1st.
Okay. So you've had a handful of years to get used to civilian life. And how did the natural health revolution come your way?
Well, my sister had open heart surgery, and so she got involved in it to build her lean muscle mass back up. And she called me one day and she said, you know, you need to know, you're looking a lot like Aunt Emmy lately. And my Aunt Emmy had been like 300 pounds. And had it, but it was all from the waist down. And I went, what? And she said, no, I got this, I really got this stuff for you. You can try it. Just give it 3 months, you know, the whole story. And at the time it was a company called Kebie, and they had a weight management system also. So I said, all right, I'll do it. I'll help you out. I did it for 3 months. My goal was to lose 15 pounds, and I did lose 15 pounds. But what happened more was I went from a size 16 to a size 12. I was back into the clothes I was wearing. And I just thought, well, I want to get to 25 pounds. So I kept doing it. And then it became a routine. It just became my regimen. And it was a shake in the morning, a pill, and then basically just monitor your fats and your good carbs and your proteins. And by February, well, I went home in November, and she said to me, we have to go shopping. Your clothes, they're falling off of you. And we went to Kohl's, and she got some size 10s, and then she left and came back with 8s and 6s. And I laughed at her. And she said, try them on. And they fit.
Wow, that's incredible. So you went from taking really healthy, nutritious products, and
Mhm.
you changed your habits, watch what you eat. Of course, that's part of anyone making healthy change, and incorporating nutrition into your life. And you went from a size, did I catch that right, 16 to a size 6?
Size 6.
Wow, that's amazing. That in and of itself. Now, were you suffering at all from any other health challenges at that time?
Well, I have COPD, but from smoking for years. But no, the thing is, though, I kept it off for, till we merged with Zija in 2017, March. So I kept it off from February of 14 to 2017. I kept my weight off. Got involved with Zija, and the weight has not changed. I'm staying right at about 124.
Great.
But my energy level is like off the charts.
Wow, that's great.
I feel like a totally different person. So,
Trish, do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 68 and a half.
So 68 years old, over a handful of years, you dropped 25 pounds and how many?
I actually dropped 40 pounds in the end. I got
So
down
40 pounds total. You have energy through the roof. You're basically a totally healthy woman with lots. In fact, you're helping out and doing some awesome stuff. We don't need to hear that story today, but you've been doing a lot for someone who was probably very active in the military and has been out of the service now going on 11 years. And I say that most of us who get out of the service, kind of live a sedentary lifestyle because we're tired. We've been through it all. We've been doing it all. And you're living a life of a 20-year-old.
I actually feel better than I did when I was 50. Absolutely.
Wow, that's incredible. So now my last question to you, and thank you so much for sharing just a piece of your story. And there's so much more to this. You have to hear the interview that Al Lewis did, and maybe Kebie after this. You can post that in the group. Tell us if you could pass on one bit of knowledge that you took from your lifetime of experience in the military, as well as what you've learned being a part of this organization, to pass along to someone else. What would that be?
Well, I think something that, first of all, never let anybody limit your ability to do something. The only person that can put limits on what you do is yourself.
Right.
So,
That's right.
Just my dad taught me that. But also, General Kulak used to say, integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. And I think that for our business, that's critical. I'm not looking to build my income and just bring in customers. I want to help people. And if I don't have integrity, then I don't have anything. And the company means too much to me. Mr. Brailsford and what he has done for the world. I just want to make sure that I always maintain my level of integrity for him and for my teammates.
Well, you are definitely an example to all of us, and we are so grateful that you're a part of this group, this team. We all have a lot to learn from you, and certainly we can't wait to see where this business takes you and how many people you're going to be helping along the way. So thank you, Trish, for joining us tonight. And thank you so much for all of you for joining tonight. I'm going to go ahead and turn this call over to Dawn McGee. She's an amazing author, speaker, coach, laundry list. It's too many to miss tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this call right over to you, Dawn. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole, and thank you, Trish. That is an amazing story. Thank you for your service. I am blessed to know you and have you a part of our group in this community. So now is the time for our customers. So any customers on the call or on our Zoom,